But Jesus' powerful voice fills the square. Men of Judah, men of Bethlehem, listen. Women of the land sacred to Rachel, listen. Listen to one who descends from David, and has suffered because of persecutions and has become worthy of speaking, and is speaking to you to give you light and comfort. Listen. The people stop shouting, quarreling, and buying, and they gather together. He is a rabbi. He certainly comes from Jerusalem. Who is he? What a handsome man! And what a voice! And his manners! Of course, he is of David's house. He is one of ours, then. Let's listen to him. The whole crowd is now gathered near the little staircase which looks like a pulpit. In Genesis it is said, I will make you enemies of each other, you and the woman, she will crush your head and you will strike at her heel. It is also said, I will multiply your pains in childbearing, and the soil shall yield you brambles and thistles. That was the sentence against man, woman, and the serpent. I have come from far to revere Rachel's tomb, and in the evening breeze, in the dew of the night, in the plaintive morning song of the nightingale I heard ancient Rachel's sobs being repeated, and they were repeated by the mouths of many mothers of Bethlehem, within their tombs or within their hearts. And I heard Jacob's sorrow roar in the pain of the widowed husbands, deprived of their wives whom sorrow had killed. I cry with you. But listen, brethren of my land. Bethlehem, the blessed land, the least of the towns in Judah, but the greatest in the eyes of God and of mankind, roused Satan's hatred because it was the cradle of the Savior, as Micah says, destined to be the tabernacle on which the glory of God, the fire of God, his incarnate love was to rest. I will make you enemies of each other, you and the woman, she will crush your head and you will strike at her heel. Which enmity is there greater than the one that aims at a mother's children, the very heart of a woman, and which heel is there stronger than the Saviour's mother's? The revenge of Satan defeated was therefore a natural one. He did not strike at the heel, but at the hearts of mothers, because of the mother. Oh! Pains were multiplied when the children were lost after giving birth to them. Oh! Great was the trouble of being a childless father after sowing and toiling for the offspring. And yet, Bethlehem, rejoice. Your pure blood, the blood of the innocents, has prepared a blazing purple way for the Messiah. The crowd, which has become more and more turbulent after Jesus mentioned the Savior and his mother, is now showing clear signs of agitation. Be quiet, Master, says Judas, and let us go. But Jesus does not listen to him. He goes on, for the Messiah, that the grace of the God Father saved from tyrants to preserve him for his people and its salvation. And the shrill voice of a woman shouts, 5 I gave birth to, and not one is now in my house. Poor me. And she yells hysterically. It is the beginning of the uproar. Another woman rolls over in the dust, she tears her dress, and shows a breast maimed of its nipple, shouting, Here on this mama they slaughtered my firstborn son. The sword cut off his face and my nipple at the same time. Oh! My Ellis! And what about me? What about me? There is my royal palace. 3 tombs. In one, watched over by the Father, my husband and children together. There. If there is a Savior, let him give me back my children, my husband, let him save me from despair, from Beelzebub he must save me. They all shout, our children, our husbands, our fathers. Let him give them back, if he exists. Jesus waves his arms imposing silence. Brethren of my land, I would like to give you back your children, in their flesh. But I tell you, be good, be resigned, forgive, hope, rejoice in hope and exult in one certainty, you will soon have your children, angels in heaven, because the Messiah is about to open the gates of heaven, and if you are just, death will be a new life and a new love. Ah! Are you the Messiah in the name of God? Tell us. Jesus lowers him arms, in so sweet and kind a gesture as if he were embracing them all, and he says, yes, I am. Go away. Go away. It's your fault, then. A stone is thrown amid hisses and jeers. Judas reacts at once in a most praiseworthy way. Oh! If he had always behaved thus. He jumps in front of Jesus, standing on the low wall of the landing, with his mantle wide open and undaunted he protects Jesus from the stones. His face bleeds and he shouts to John and Simon, take Jesus away. Behind those trees. I'll follow. Go, in the name of heaven. And he shouts to the crowd, mad dogs. I am of the temple and I will report you to the temple. And to Rome. The crowd is scared for a moment. Then the shower of stones is resumed at once, but fortunately, they are not experts. And Judas, fearless, gets it, and replies with offensive language to the curses of the crowd. Nay, he catches a stone thrown at him, and he throws it back on the head of an old man who is shouting like a magpie plucked alive. And as they attempt to climb up his pedestal, he quickly picks up an old branch from the ground. He has now come off the little wall and he swings it round on backs, heads and hands mercilessly. Some soldiers rush to the spot and with their lances they make their way through the crowd. Who are you? Why this brawl? I am a Judean and I have been attacked by these plebeians. A rabbi, well known to the priests, was with me. He was speaking to these dogs. But they became wild and attacked us. Who are you? Judas of Kerioth. I was a man of the temple, now I am a disciple of Rabbi Jesus of Galilee. I am a friend of Simon the Pharisee, of Johanan the Sadducee, and of Joseph of Arimathea, the counselor of the Sanhedrin, and finally, of Eleazar ben Anna, the proconsul's great friend, and you can check. I will. Where are you going? I am going to Kerioth with my friend, then to Jerusalem. Go. We will protect your back. Judas hands some coins to the soldier. It must be illegal, but quite usual, because the soldier takes them swiftly and cautiously. He salutes and smiles. Judas jumps down from his platform, he goes through the uncultivated field, skipping now and again, and he reaches his companions. Are you seriously hurt? No, it's nothing, master. In any case, it's for you. But I gave them a licking as well. I must be covered with blood. Yes, on your cheek. There is a rivulet here. John moistens a small piece of cloth and wipes Judas' cheek. I am sorry, Judas. But see, to tell them that we are Judeans, according to your good practical sense. They are beasts. I believe you are now convinced, master. And I hope you will not insist. Oh. No. Not because I am afraid. But because it is useless, just now. When They do not want us, we must not curse them, but withdraw praying for the poor, foolish people, who die of starvation and cannot see the bread. Let us go along this out-of-the-way path, towards the shepherds, if we can find them. I think we will be able to get onto the Hebron road.